when you get these calls for submissions, they'll usually be very specific. They'll say, we want you to write a romance based in the tropics, or we want you to write a horror based around Christmas, or we want you to write whatever, you know, a shifter book, something about shifters, werewolves, whatever. We want you to write something, you know, they'll give you an idea of what they're looking for. So the best way that I have found to get these books and these collections and these stories written as quickly as possible is, I believe it is called the snowflake method. So what you do is you take the theme of the book, whatever it is. Let's say the theme is shifters. So like werewolves or anything that any kind of transformation. Were panthers, were owls, were skunks, you can be whatever you want. So if that's the theme of the book, you would sit down and write one sentence that describes basically like your basic plot, your theme. So if it's about shifters, you'd be like, you know, boy meets girl, and finds out girl is a shifter and falls in love regardless of whatever tragedy, blah, blah, blah. Sit down, write out a sentence. Then take that basic sentence and turn it into your 3-part plot. So based on your first sentence, you're going to write 3 paragraphs, or it could be 3 sentences, whatever, 3 themes. So you take that one sentence and you turn it into 3 parts. First part, boy meets girl. Second part, you know, you want to extend it and make it an actual sentence. Boy meets girl. Second part, boy finds out girl is a shifter. Third part, they fall in love regardless of their differences and live happily ever after. You know, so you can break it down into the 3-part plots. Then you would take those 3 sentences or 3 paragraphs that you've just done, and if it's just a sentence, you'd want to write a whole paragraph, kind of based on, okay, so girl meets boy at, where do they meet? Boy finds out girl is a shifter. How does he find out? Girl and boy decide they love each other anyways because of, you know, whatever. So now you've got 3 paragraphs. Now you take each of those paragraphs and write like a full page, like, and it's great if you could even have 3 subplots or 3 like minor arcs in your story for each of those. If you can. If you can't, it doesn't even need to be that big. I mean, you've already got 3 paragraphs of 5,000 words or whatever story length you need. You're already there. You already have an idea of where the story is going to go and what's going to happen. So now if you could take each of those paragraphs and break it into a page that gives more detail, like, well, they meet at school. Well, the school is in Pennsylvania and, you know, it's fall and, you know, whatever details you want to add for that section of the book, the first part of the book. And then for the second part, boy meets girl, turn that paragraph into a page, and then turn the final act of the book into a page. Now you've got 3 pages done. You're probably at least around 5,000 words at this point. So that's enough for like a short story. If you need, you know, depending on how much you need, if you need a 30,000 word book, now turn each one of those pages into 10,000 words, you know. So now you've got a 30,000 word book done. Or novella. So like that's kind of one of the ways that you can break these down and make story writing a lot faster, and you can get them written a lot quicker, because you already know how you're going to get to there from here. You already have your ideas in your head. It gets you thinking, it gets you moving, and it gets you working artistically in that direction that you want to go. So that's kind of one of the methods that I've learned to use when I'm working with these short stories. Some of them are a little trickier than others. You know, you have to really get that creative, you know, flow going. But once you kind of have an idea like that, you know, start with what the book's about. One sentence. What's the book about? Turn that sentence into a paragraph that gives you your basic plot. What's going to happen? Turn that one paragraph into 3 paragraphs, and then turn those 3 paragraphs into 3 pages. And you are there. Now you can turn, if you need 30,000 words, if you need 80,000 words, whatever your destination is, you've got a really good start because you already have the basics down. So there's your tip for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in my next video.